will be like, thank the Lord that I have today, you know. Now I know like it's so hard and so difficult to get to know Jesus when we're in Laos. especially in Nong Prabang, because it's like a Buddhist land. It's like almost 60 temples, I think. So yeah, my families and we grow up in a very strong Buddhist family. So we've been like trained up, you know, just all the practicals, like go to the temple and give alms. That's what we strong in and we believe in. And before I get to know Jesus, I went to study English at the language school, as you know, our friend. So I become like good friends with them. So I knew them like almost 6 years, and they try to share the gospel and they give me like some movie I watched, but I just feel like yeah, that's maybe like for foreign religions. It's not for Lao. So that was the concept that like every Lao people, we just think that yeah, we are Lao, we must be Buddhist. Like you are foreign, you must be like Christian, something like that. That's what we get. We misunderstanding about that. So my friend, they used to really pray and fast for me, but they also like get discouraged because like it's been so many years. Like it seemed like God didn't work, you know. But actually, like He's working. So I remember what I told my believer friend that if I don't see or feel it by myself, I'm not gonna believe in any man who said anything, you know. So one day, as a girl who already knew Jesus, and I never had Jesus in my head. So one day I had a dream about Jesus. So in the dreams, I was in the darkness. Like the ground that I was standing, it would just keep falling apart. I would just cry out and I just call out loud like to ask for help, and no man could help me, and they all like falling apart. So and then I saw like a lightning just came down, and that moment I knew there was Jesus. So he told me to follow him. Like he said, follow me. I am the only way that could bring you life. So I just woke up in tears. I was so scared in my dreams. I was like, who is Jesus? You know. Once I woke up, I started to have a question like, how come that Jesus he came to my dreams and told me about that? What is that? You know. And from then I started to seek him more. So my friend, my believer friend, they asked me to go like for fellowship, just for girl meeting, just they share about the Bible verse, you know. I just never like interested to go. So I just tell them like, oh, I'm so busy, like I have some work. But after I had a dream about Jesus, so I just decided, okay, I just want to go and see once, just once, you know. That could change my life. I was like, if I don't decided to seek, I don't know if you know. Yeah. So from then I started to seek him more.
Great.
Oh,
Joy tears.
yeah. Sorry. I never read the Bible because I'm afraid if my parents know. Yeah. Yeah. That time, like, all the fears that I had, it's just like, what if my parents know? What if my sister know? What if my friends know? What would they do? You know, they will look down on me. They would have thought that I have betrayed my culture. I betrayed my country like that.
Okay.
I've shared my story so many times, but I just
It's powerful.
Get that out of here.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Oh, don't worry.
Yeah. So I really want to read the Bible, but I cannot take it home. If I had it, so like, I just have to hide and put under my bed. Yeah. Okay, how about
พ่อกินบ่ พ่อบ่
set line?
สักลายขอบใจ
Okay.
จริง
Spicy.
It is spicy.
Yeah. So I keep on had a dream about like what my next dream it was I saw my Christian friends. They came on one place that on the ground there was all the crosses. So and I saw each of them they just pick up their own cross and then just walk up the mountain. So in the dream I asked my believer friend that, why do we have to pick up?
จริงดิ
So he just told me in the dream that just pick up our own cross and get go. So next week I told my friend about that, so they were surprised that I never read the Bible before. But what I've seen in the dream, it was exactly what says in the Bible. So from then I started, wow, Jesus is real? You know? I thought it may just be like a full shock that maybe I just had a dream like that, you know? So from the more week later, so I just keep on seeking and I went every Sunday to read the Bible and attend the meeting with the believer friends. So I start to know more about Jesus. And once I came to halfway, I just, as a girl that I don't know if Jesus is real, I just asked him a simple prayer that, hey God, if you are real, just show me the way. Either I should go or stop. Because if the answer is stop, that means like I'm not gonna go out with my believer friends or like I'm not gonna be like any part of them. But if yes, then like I will just, So from then I started to there was a friend they gave me a whole bunch of hill song. I just never listened to it. I just I don't interested to hear anything about that. So right after I pray, I just feel like I want to listen to some hill song. So I just turn on, and then there was a song called At the Cross. So the first, when I look at the lyrics, it just hit on my heart that like, wow, I have wasted my time so many years denying Jesus. The song, it was from first, it just said, oh Lord, you have chosen me, you know my way. Even when I fail you, I know you do. Yeah. So from that moment, I just feel like all my fear was just gone. That like, He's love for me. I don't have to be afraid. Like, I don't have to care people who think that I might betray the culture or the country. I was thinking like, His love for me wasn't not enough. So when I feel His love, I'm not scared of anything. From that moment, I decided, okay, I'll just follow Jesus. If my dad, my mom, my sister, if they're gonna kick me out of the house, I said, okay, I'm just get ready to pack. If they find out that. So all those fear that I always have when I feel His love, and when He has gone for me, I said, I don't have to be afraid. Yeah. So I was like a secret believer.
Secret.
Yeah, like a secret believer. Even now, like we try not to do like openly, because if we try to get to know people, they will like, if they knew that we are Christian, they already afraid to be with us. But they knew that like Christian, they are nice people. But I don't understand why that. Until now, I knew that like what I was before, because I knew that all my friends, they're very kind. But one thing, I just feel like I don't want to be with them. Because it's just something that like pull us back, that like don't go. Even we see the fact that like they're so kind. So now it's almost 2 years that I walk in Christ. So for my first year, yeah, it's for my family. When my sister, when they found out, they quite like disappointed with me. They're not happy with me, but they still love me. They just don't understand me. Like, why did I change? Because like all of us, we just like very strong Buddhists and the way we do. But all of a sudden, I just change. Like, I get up early and give alms. I go to the temple. And now, like, when they ask me, I just say, like, I just have so many excuses because I don't want to hurt them by my word that I don't want to go. So I just try, like, to have, like, so many excuses that so I don't have to go. But I spent the whole year, one whole year, like, just really pray. So that's what I know, that once I get close to the Lord, like, once we abiding Him and He's abiding us, right? So I spend most of the time like just pray at night, because we work from morning, and then guess how, like we sleep late. So like sometimes like 11, 12. So I just get on my own room and just spend time, like just really pray for my family, because I know that like I took a long time and I've been wasting a lot of my time to, it's almost 6 years just for nothing, just denying Him. So I don't want my family to face the same, like just to waste the time like me. because we don't know when he's coming back, and we are like running out of time every day, like every second when it passed by. So I just really pray. Sometimes like from 2, 3 in the morning, I'm just still like awake and just praying. My sister, they like, is she going crazy or she's like different, you know? Yeah. So from then, like I started to share with my niece. She's like 14, gonna be 15, and she's the first one. I showed her the video like of the song, and she saw Jesus like being crucified on the cross. She just asked me like, what have this guy done wrong? You know, why did they just crucify him on the cross? And I just explained to him that he's the one that come save us, you know, and he's the only way that we could save. So I explained to her a lot, and I told her like just be careful with her mom, like just don't tell her right now, you know. If she knew now, like we might in trouble. But praise the Lord.
Is her mom your older sister?
Yeah. So from there, like she went and shared with her mom that like real God is like who is he, and then my niece, she was so obedient.
But you prayed they wouldn't waste time.
Yeah, but that was good. So she came and asked me like, if I have something good, why don't I share with her, you know? So I just pray inside of me, but I was so excited to share. I just asked God that, really, you want me to share with her right now, you know? And I just feel like, okay, do it. So I just started to share with her. And then I spent a lot of time with them, and just few months, she accepted Christ. Yeah. So first was my niece and my elder sister. So the next one, just few months ago, this one.
This one.
This one. Yeah. So it was on her birthday. So I just think like I wanna give her the best gift that I have, that I wanna share with her. So at my house we have like the rooftop that like when we sit out there, like we can see all the mountains and the river. So I just tell her to look out and see, and just realize. I just think, oh, maybe like if I say that, she will realize about the Creator. I just asked her like, who's created all these things, like skies, mountains, like river, like even the sun, like you think it just come out by itself. So after I shared with her, I was just crying in front of her, and she came down. She just told me recently that she came down and talked with my mom like, Mom, I think Henne is going crazy. So, yeah. She's gone girl, like she's going crazy, So for her, like she worked in a village. She worked as a women union, like she's the leader of the village. If they have like a festival or any like big festival, she will be the one that lead them and work in the temple. So I was asked like, oh Lord, like if she working there, like it will be so hard for her to come to you. I used to complain, like I used to ask the Lord like that, but actually it was His plan that for her to go see the difference. Because once she go there, she work there. She because they all prepare food, and after that they give to the monk and they all pray. But after she came home, she just feel like all is empty. Like it's never like feeling, it's never fulfilled. It's just every time just empty. And she saw the way that people believe, and that it's different. Like they don't have the kindness, they don't have like mercy for one another. And she just think that this is maybe wrong. And once she see another side, because for Paul, he used to send the customer here, but all they're like believer. So she also came in the boat, and they spend time with her and they see the difference between like Christian and Buddhist. She was like realized that who are these people? You know why they are so nice and kind and help one another. It's not the same as people that like she had known. You know, and she started to realize about that. So from then I spent more time with her and I try to share with her. And just later on, like not for long, she accepted Christ. 6 months? Huh? 6 months? Yeah, 6 months ago.
Yay.
Sunday อ่ะจะเป็น
I think this Sunday. That's yeah.
Sunday.
We'll go baptize.
Oh
On Sunday or
Yeah,
Saturday?
Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday
We're gonna be gone.
Yeah. We leave.
Yes.
Yeah.
So tell about your mom and your dad.
Is it early in the morning?
Yeah, we try to go early
I thought
morning.
that was her mom she was just telling about.
What's your sister?
That's your sister.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was her sister.
But I have another sister also. But that one was like super strong in Buddhist, you know. She just told me straight that like
There's 4 girls.
yeah,
Oh, I only got 3, so there's
no,
4.
yeah. So the one at home right now, she's very strong in the own one, but not for long.
She's not a Christian.
No, she is.
She
Yeah.
is.
She is
Yeah.
now.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
นั่นน่าจะเป็น3 เดือน
I think for her like 3 months
Oh,
ago. Yeah.
before
Yeah.
your parents before her.
No, my
โอเคสุดท้าย
yeah.
พ่อกับแม่5 กว่าเดือน1 เดือน
My mom and dad is like maybe like few months. Yeah. It's like in order. Elder sister, second and third, and then mom and dad. Yeah. So my third sister, she's just straightforward. So she just tell me straight that like no matter what, I just be strong in the own one. You know. She just if me and her not doing the practical thing like going to temple, whatever, she just do herself. You know. But one day I just told her to like like a one prayer is like a one drop of water.
And
You know, now like I have like more prayer to pray for her. So like from then we just really pray for her. So she didn't even like share the room with us because we share like 3 bedrooms together. But once she found out that she also like changed, she was disappointed a lot that like why all my sisters are like this, you know? Because she misunderstand. So one day like she just back and share the room with us.
Oh.
Mosquito.
Anybody?
Yeah.
I'll have a little bit.
Yeah. So yeah, so from that day before that
Oh, sorry.
she came and shared the room with us again. She just feel like alone, you know, because we used to talk at night and then like once she like stay by herself, she just feel alone. So she just came back. So on that night, it was like 12 in the midnight. I just pray and ask God that give me the word, give me the word that I can share with her. So we just about to sleep, like we just turn off the light, and then I just got up on my bed and I just switched on the light and then hey, I got something to share with you. She said, this time at night. So, yeah.
No better time.
But I couldn't remember what I told her, but remember that one word that I said to her, one day, if she met Jesus, don't ever tell Jesus that she never heard about it. As I already tell her, you know. So like, if she gonna believe or not, it's her choice.
Right.
Because like, she's my sister, so like, I can just
You had to
tell her like straight about that. So after I told her about it, so I just told her like, you just try, because if you're I know like everybody seeking God but they don't know which one is real, which one is, because every God they just say God, but there's only one real God.
That's right.
Yeah. So I just told her just to close her eye and just pray and ask God. I'm sure that Jesus will reveal to her. And the next morning, she was just smiling, and I just asked her like, "Are you doing good?" Like, she said like, "I just had a very sweet dream. She saw a guy that she feel like she just met him, but the guy like have known her for so long, and he just came and hugged her. Like, she's just like she never felt that love before. So when I heard that, I just like smile, and I just told her that, wow. So from then, like she started to open her heart for Jesus, and then we get to share more. And for my mom and dad, so for my mom, she's pretty okay. She's just like, because she doesn't know like which one is real God, because for them they was very young, they were like doing all those things for very long, and then when I get to tell and share with her, she's pretty okay, but she's like 50-50. But for my dad, once my dad like start to believe, and then my mom said okay, like, because for her, like, she just, no matter what, it to go or die, it's just like, it's just like, if my dad like okay, and she's like okay, I will start like seeking, because like wife is like depends on the husband as well. But for my dad, I try to tell him so many times, but I just heard the voice from nowhere that like it's not the right time for me to share right now. So I just keep on reading and just pray for him. And when his time came, like it was just only me and my dad at home that day. I just went and took my Bible and just opened to him, and I just told him that I got something good to share with him. Like, I'm not telling him, or I'm not trying to get any fight with him, but I just want to share the good news and the good things that for him. So when I share, and he's understand like very fast, and I explain like the God that they made from cement or from wood, that one like couldn't help us, because we are the one that created. They didn't create us, because if the one who we should the God, the one who should deserve our worship, it should be the God that created us and created everything. Because if no God, we wouldn't have today. So from then, like, I start once a week, like, read the Bible with him and pray together. So finally, like, she just decided to break the idol house, and now we are. Yeah.
Wow. It's amazing.
Yes.
That's the picture. You guys saw the picture of your dad tearing down the.
No, I didn't. Oh, you.
Yeah, I can show you.
That was about a month ago.
Yeah, because when I like accept Christ, when I walk by that idol house, I just say like, okay, one day my dad will break this down. So, and really, I don't have to tell my dad. I just talk to God that, I just want my dad to break this down. And he did. Yeah, I don't have to go and tell my dad straight that we need to break this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy Spirit told
He
me.
did it all
Yeah.
on his own. Well, God. Yeah, but
Yeah.
once God.
When you were first believing, and you decided after your dream about the crosses, and you decided to start going on Sunday or following.
No, from first when I had a dream that when Jesus told me to follow him. So from then, like, I started to seek him more.
When you were going like to church and things with other friends, did your parents say anything, or
No,
did they say?
before that I didn't go to the church. We just have like a Sunday evening, just like small group. my dad, no one knew
They
about
didn't
that.
know.
Yeah, they just think that I
You
go
go
and
with
hang
friends.
out with
With
friends.
your friends, yeah.
Yeah. I know,
That's where
like
you were secret. You
Mhm.
said kind of
Yeah.
secret Christian. Yeah.
that's what we call as a secret disciple. So even now, because like as you know, for new believer, because they have faced the persecution that their family, it's not by order, but here it's like family. They're more grateful about that if they knew. Yeah, but it's good to have like all believer and encouraging one another. Yeah, and I don't that we are not alone, and like we all here like brother and sister.
Yeah.
Even we are like came from different country, we speak different language, but we have the same father.
Amen.
Yeah.
So, what do you think the greatest barrier is for Lao to know Christ? Is it the culture and things of that you're going against the culture, like you mentioned,
yeah,
or what do you think?
yeah.
Your family?
Because here they just think like if you're a Christian, because if you're a Christian you will not go to the temple. If I'm sure that if all of them, if they know, they will not go to the temple. So that's how the culture will be like destroyed, right? So because here the culture and the religion is go together. It's not like because the practical like the culture is make the religion, but actually even the culture or religion is couldn't help. It couldn't bring any good things for us, but only Jesus is the way. But it's hard for them to understand because some they just think like, okay, it's like a fashion, like they just go and because many Buddhists here they go to the temple. They're Buddhists. They say they go to the temple, but when back they just like it's not the should be, because for Buddhists they have like 5 rules, like no lie, no steal, like no adultery, and what was that like? But they don't say that like not worship the false idol. They tell the 5 things, but like there was more 5. Like they didn't tell that like to honor parents. They just say all those like very simple. But as you have seen, like many people they cannot follow that. But once they have learned about Christian, many people they just about to come to Christ. When they saw like 10 rules, they just like, oh, this is too much, and then they just run away. Because like what they used to do is like just to be like party, drinking. It's just like they just think they cannot live without that.
When it becomes about like they haven't experienced the love you were talking
Yeah,
about,
yeah,
and they just see it as more things to do. I guess. Yeah.
Because one, they don't have the the deepest feeling. It's so easy for them to run away.
But what I see is there's so much more about the culture than just Buddhism. You know what I mean? You have food, you have the way you dress. There's still, you don't, I don't think you would lose all your culture just because you do away with Buddhism. But I can understand. It's a big
It's
part
the
of
fear, yeah.
it's a big part of the culture. Yes.
Well, and then with your families, from what you can tell me, I've only been here a year, but from what I've seen is everything is tied to a lot of things to the temple. So what the families do, like when they have a baby or when they get married, and the ceremonies and things are tied with different parts of Buddhism.
Yeah.
And so if one person becomes a believer, they're kind of breaking a tie with traditions
Of the family.
how the family gets together. They no longer can, either they have to choose, how do I participate to love my family, but not do all the things that are tied with Buddhism and things.
Yeah. Because before that, I also like faced many times. Because before that, like when they have the ceremony at my house, like the monks will come over and they started to pray, and they were asking me like, why don't you be a part? in a prayer, why don't I just go and sit there? But when they have that, I just run away somewhere. Like I just try not to be a part of that. So that is how like making them feel that like I don't want to be like union with them. Like I just don't want to be like part with them. I just want to be like separate because of it.
And they're not going to understand that
Yeah,
and see
they
it
don't
as you're
understand.
rejecting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but praise the Lord.
Mhm.
Today
Yes.
everybody like have a good understanding and they know who Jesus is.
Yes.
We hear of